Hey everybody, it's Coach Kathy here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to share with you something that Chris and I have recently discovered, and it is just blowing the keto, low carb, gluten-free, bariatric friendly, diabetic friendly baking scene into smithereens. Somebody named Victoria here on YouTube has cracked the code on how to truly make a white flour substitute that is cup for cup a substitution for white all-purpose flour. And so we tried it with America's Test Kitchen's biscuit recipe. And I'll maybe show pictures of this at the end of this video, but we were so impressed that we want to make all the things now. Today, I'm just going to show you in this video how to make the flour. And if you are in Canada, some of these ingredients are going to be a little hard to find. If you're in the States, it's all on Amazon. But I suspect because of the popularity of it, and in fact, it was even hard to get one of these ingredients because everybody and their brother wants this flour recipe. I think Amazon Canada will catch on board really quick, or maybe Bulk Barn, or maybe like lowcarbgrocer.ca. It's coming. So just if you aren't able to get to the States to have something shipped somewhere on American Amazon for you to pick up, just hold tight because it's coming. But this is made with something called bamboo fiber, and this is going to be the main ingredient, and this is what really, it's so low carb. Like 1 cup of this has net 3 grams of carbs, compared to a cup of white flour has between 55 and 65 grams of carbs per cup. So, you know, it's low carb, it's low calorie, it's gluten-free. It does also have almond flour in it, but if you have an almond allergy, she does let you know how you can use pecan flour, which is actually even lower carb than almond flour. And if you can't find the bamboo flour, she does have another alternative that you can find in Canada right now, and that's with oat fiber. It's not going to be as good, but it's still good while you're waiting. But anyways, the most important thing is that this has to be weighed. You cannot make this with just using standard measurements like tablespoon, teaspoon. It has to be weighed. She says it over and over and over again, and she knows what she's talking about, guys. She made it. She's tried this 6 ways to Sunday. It has to be weighed. So you have to have a digital scale that goes in grams, and mine is already set to grams. So we're just going to tear that, and it's in grams. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your bowl on, and then you're going to tare, which is like this bowl weighs 204 grams. So we're going to tare it on the scale so that it goes back to 0. And it did. So now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what's in it, and then you're going to see in future videos when you hear me say Victoria's Standard Keto Flour, you'll know what I'm talking about. So I thought this just needed to come first. It really is a game changer. Guys, oh, my oven's warming up. I'm talking bread, rolls, pizza dough, cookies, brownies. We've been looking for something like this for so long, so it's a big game changer. So let's get right to it. So this is going to have 192 grams of the bamboo flour. And this is quite a bit. You know, this is 1,000 grams. It was on American Amazon for right around like $22 American, I think. So that's another thing to factor in. This isn't going to be cheap. But if you're really missing so many of those things that I just mentioned that you can make, just think of all the things that you make with white flour. And you really need to watch your carbs or your gluten or your calories even. Like, to me, some things are worth it, some things aren't. This is worth it to me. So we're just going to measure in. Sorry if I'm off camera a little bit during some of this. I'm just trying to get the whole shot in here. So we want 192 grams. Now, I mean, this is going to skirt you right around 2.5 cups, but you couldn't just do 2.5 cups. And because this is using a little bit of molecular gastronomy, you know, it gets a little technical, and you have to really just trust that she knows what she's doing. She's tried it, and if it worked any other way, she would have done it. Okay, so you can see I'm at 199 grams. I need to take some back out to get down to 192. We're at 195. 192 exactly. Perfect. So before we add our next ingredient, I'm just going to hit tare, and we're going to go back to 0 again. 0. perfect. And now we need 168 grams of almond flour, which is about a cup and a half, but we're just gonna go until we see 168 grams. Again, if you have a nut allergy or you can't have almonds in particular, and you can have pecans, you can use pecan flour. So we're gonna go for 168 grams of that. Okay, it went a little over again, but that's okay. It's an easy fix. We're just gonna scoop some of that almond flour out. I'm at 174, 162, 165. Guys, sometimes it's a sprinkles difference, but it matters. There, 168 exactly, perfect. And then again, we're gonna tare, go to 0. And then we need egg white powder. So this is available on any nutritional supplement site. And again, it's a little pricey, not too bad, but this is used in a lot of low carb cooking. And if you do meringues and different things for cookies that are low carb, you're gonna see it. So it's not a bad thing to have on hand. This is only 60 grams, which is about a half a cup. So let's go in for 60. Almost there. 59, so close. 60, perfect. And the last thing, and this is her standard keto flour 2.0, because she actually made one before and she switched it up a little bit, and the switch up was how much xanthan gum she used. So xanthan gum can pull moisture from the air and into whatever product you're making, and it makes things very much more bread-like, and there is no substitute for this. Like, you do have to use xanthan gum. So let's see here. This one is just 10 grams, which is about a tablespoon. And one more time, we're gonna tare so that we're at 0. And 1 tablespoon of this guy. Oh, 15, I got a little too much. Just gonna scoop some out. You could always too use a separate container and add it that way if you want to too, but I've done this a couple of times, so it doesn't really bother me to do it this way because I know what I'm scooping out. We're at 11, just gonna take a little bit more off. 10, perfect. So the last thing to do is just mix this, and she says you wanna really mix it. This is in a Tupperware container, so I do have a lid that I can put on this, but I like to even just mix it with a whisk first, because some of that egg white powder wants to ball up a little bit. And so and it's really the xanthan gum that you want to really incorporate with that bamboo flour. And so I'm going to break this up with my whisk and whisk, 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 and then I'm going to put it into a Ziploc baggie. And so I just keep my Victoria's Standard 2.0 keto flour right in its own bag now. And this is what I reach for. So you're going to see all kinds of recipes coming up very soon. And I really hope if you're able to order these items online that you give this a try too. Because guys, it's a game changer. She sort of just broke the internet with this. And I can't wait to see what you're going to make with it too. Bye. I just wanted to mention I'm going to link Victoria's page and America's Test Kitchen page down below so you can find them. And I'm actually going to link Wes Shoemaker's page too, which is high falutin low carb. And he was the one whose video we actually watched him make this flour and then him make those biscuits. So there's lots of great channels out there besides just mine, but I just wanted you to know that we're going to give credit where credit's due. Thanks. Bye.